Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
And Gaynor.
Here we are, the two of us.
Yes.
Which means time for a bit of EWU, Explore with Us, bodycam.
Yeah.
I like these true police stories, as we know.
Yeah.
Watch a lot of it. Hell of a lot, don't we?
It's a bit scary how much we enjoy it.
It's just real life, isn't it? At the end of the day, and it just shows you what goes on around the world.
Yeah.
You know, when you get involved in things like this. But this is a 911 call for help leads to a horrifying discovery. Great channel, Explore with Us. Check them out as well. Loads of long form stuff as well, which is really good.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Oh, no, not at all.
I think it's good enough.
That's worse than a body, dude.
A woman in Cedar City, Utah calls 911 for help in the middle of what seems to be a mental and emotional breakdown. Police are sent to check on her, but their concerns turn to horror when they see what's really going on at the property. It's a little past 8 in the morning on July 1st, 2023, when 911 dispatchers in Iron County, Utah receive a call from a distraught woman in the grips of a crisis.
For the cop to be retching like that, what do you think it is? And he says it's worse than a body.
I'm
think
thinking
it's animal.
I'm thinking it's feces, animal feces.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
911, what's the address of your emergency? What's going on?
Need to get to the hospital.
Let me get this in for them, and we'll get it started. And how old are you?
I'm 50.
Okay. And are you feeling violent at all?
No.
All right, and do you have access to any weapons?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I'm unprepared to go to the hospital.
Okay, that's good. We're going to get them headed that way. They just have these questions I have to ask, but
Yeah.
you're all good, okay. Have you done anything to injure yourself?
No.
Okay. And do you have a history of mental health conditions?
Yeah. Yeah. Many years. Too many.
The woman's name is Sarah, and while the operator establishes that she's unharmed, the despair in her voice is unmistakable.
Years. My baby sister's got terminal cancer. And then a lot of other things went wrong. I lost a dog. And I just kept thinking if I got puppies, it made me feel better. I just got it way over my head.
Gotcha.
I'm just really a bad person.
No, not at all.
The operator,
What are you suspecting?
I'm thinking she's got probably like about 10 dead puppies there or something.
But for him to be retching like that must be bad.
Yeah.
You know?
It's something that smells really bad, which could only be like feces or like dead animals.
who can only go by what she's told over the phone, gives Sarah the benefit of the doubt. As they arrive, however, deputies slowly begin to suspect that a dire scene awaits them inside the house.
You got family coming to look after your dog?
No, they need to be seized.
They need to be seized?
Yes. They're not going to take care of
Dogs do you have?
19.
19?
I got a guy coming down from Wyoming. 3 of them are his, and he's coming to get them.
Okay.
So I told him to go by the sheriff's office to figure out where they were.
Cedar City law prohibits individuals from owning more than 2 dogs at a time, but there's a vast gulf between a minor ordinance violation and the veritable zoo she claims to have inside the house. But the number of dogs may not be the biggest problem here. As the EMTs help Sarah into the ambulance, she reportedly says she should go to jail rather than the hospital because, quote, she hurt her sweet babies.
Can I have your permission to go inside your home and see what you got going on? Okay.
It's really bad, man. You're not going to breathe in there. There's turds and trash, and it's awful, man. It's awful. It's just,
Okay.
humans don't live like that. That's all I say, and I've known it, and I'm not stupid.
Sarah is clearly ashamed about the conditions of her home, but it turns out that the deputies already have strong reasons to dread going inside.
We're at the house now. She gave us permission to go inside the house. She says she's got 19 dogs. She can't.
I've been in people's houses. People who have dogs and they think my house doesn't smell, it does. Right, number one. Right, I can smell dogs.
Not
from a mile.
everybody's house smells of dog,
You
but
can tell a dog lives there, let's say, put it that way.
I've been to
And
plenty of people's houses that don't smell.
you can tell a dog lives there in everyone's house who's got a dog. Everyone I've been in anyway. And if you've got 19 dogs, if you've got 2 or 3,
Especially in a
I
house
imagine
that
it's
size.
very difficult to maintain that sort of like freshness of a smell or
Yeah.
whatever it may be when you've got dogs. I
Yeah.
get how hard it is. I can tell in our building if a dog's been in the elevator.
Yeah.
I can smell it. Say it stinks of dogs.
Yeah.
It's
No, I
when
get
when
that.
when I'm not used to smelling them, I I can smell them quite strong.
The problem we've got is that people take their dogs out for a walk, and then when they come back, the dogs have been wet, or they've got wet paws, and so they stand on the carpet inside. And
but they're doing that in the house as well.
Dog,
So the house will smell of the dog.
Yeah.
But this, I can only imagine this is like...
What they should be doing really is wiping the paws so they're not wet. But
this is like crazy though. 19 dogs. Man, that's a pound.
I know.
Isn't it?
Can't care for it. They're under animal cruelty. She thinks she's going to go to jail for that. She wants to go to jail for that. But I can smell it. I could barely sit in the ambulance because she smells so bad. And I imagine that if I could smell it, and I'm not even in the house, coming from within the house is horrible. And depending on what happens with her, she's got 19 dogs in a house that has no AC in it, and no one to care for the dogs.
You can hear them, bless them.
The temperature in Cedar City that day would reach a high of 89 degrees. The lack of air conditioning only raises more concern about what kind of environment Sarah's dogs have been living in.
The neighbors say that sometimes she opens windows to try to vent it out, but that doesn't do much.
Yeah.
But the neighbours love her.
Well, pick your head then and see what you got, and then we can start working on resources to take care of the rest of it.
You ready?
I almost want to get alcohol pads first.
Hey, Pops!
I think that's good enough.
Alright, he's going to start making me gag.
Oh, look at them.
Nope. You need a bath. Oh my god.
Friggin' SCBH. I'm going to switch them.
The air inside the home is unbreathable, and it takes the deputies a few minutes to recover from even brief exposure.
That's worse than a body, dude.
I was getting whiffs of it through my gloves.
Oh god, dude, it's in my lungs.
That must have been bad.
Yeah.
Well, let's get Caleb out here. He's gonna have to walk us through this, dude, because I honestly don't know what to do. It's unhabitable, dude. It's absolutely unhabitable.
It's perhaps the best word to describe the appalling conditions of the house, and the deputy uses it again when his sergeant arrives on scene.
I don't know what to do.
Is she already gone?
She's gone. This is inhabitable, dude. I've never even smelled a dead body as bad as this.
Really?
Just open the door. You have to know what we're dealing with. We can't let her come back to this.
We've got a chain link fence in the backyard. I wonder if we can open the back. I can start coming out.
Look at that. On the other side.
They're friendly.
Back.
You did better than I did. I started losing it right there.
Uniform I'm worried about.
The overpowering effects of the smell inside makes it difficult to imagine how any creature, human or animal, is able to live in that environment. It's imperative to get the dogs out of the home as soon as possible.
I was just going to say, the first job is to get the dogs out.
If
Get the dogs out.
If they've got a garden where it's fenced in, they can get the dogs outside.
Yeah, but then move them away, get them into into care.
I mean,
sort of thing.
it looks like they're friendly dogs. So.
Yeah, but that's and then you've got chemical companies that come in and clean up,
Yeah,
the crime scene clean up and stuff like that.
Spray
That's
it all, won't they?
man, come on, it's making me
Gag,
proper making me
yeah.
gag. I'm trying my best.
Possible.
There's an owner to the Great Danes. He's coming from Salt Lake to pick the Great Danes up.
Then all those puppies in them cages are Great Danes.
Not all of them.
Most of those that I just looked at were.
Were they?
Yeah, if he's
I thought
Great
there was
Danes.
like-
They look just like that big.
Big house dogs.
Oh,
Because
look at
they're
his
this little.
little face.
They're not even little dogs, though. They're
Yeah.
one of the biggest dogs you
I
can
know.
get. They're huge.
But look, just look at his little face.
I know.
Like, get me out of here.
Stinks. Stop closing the door.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
little
this
guy.
little, but you look back in the back.
Yeah,
Great
look
Danes
at.
at that husky back there.
Oh, husky as well.
Easy.
Stop it.
As the cops try to find a way into the fenced backyard, they begin to wonder exactly how and why Sarah has amassed this outrageous number of dogs.
Well, I think she's advertising that she trains them.
It'll take further investigation to turn speculation into fact. In the meantime, the cops have problems that require more immediate solutions.
Sam, do you got a saw? Saw? Yeah.
Stay in the backyard as well.
The overgrowth blocking the fence is substantial, but fortunately, the deputy has come prepared.
Alright, I got an axe. Here. Come on, Pops. Come on, come on out. Come on, puppy. Come on.
Probably never been outside
Come on.
either.
Come on, Pops.
The dog's reluctance to leave the house is only matched by the deputy's reluctance to go back in. This time, at least, they'll have protection.
Gas mask.
Meet me inside.
Oh my God. At least they're all in cages. Jesus. Call them Coke bottles.
At first I thought it was a pattern on a carpet, and then I realised they were all Coca-Cola bottles.
I didn't know what it was at first. I thought it was just like stuff that had been thrown on the floor.
What they use as like dog shoes type thing, or can't imagine plastic like that would be used as a dog. I mean, I don't know how to look after the dog.
No, but you don't give it Coke. But
I
I'm
won't give
thinking
it Coke bottles,
she's
yeah.
got some sort of a addiction to Coke bottles.
This is crazy story. Let's stay in the washing machine. Right?
Yeah. Let's open the door, let the dogs out.
Yeah, but where are they going to go?
Come on, big dog. Come on. Come on, buddy.
The dog doesn't quite trust this masked stranger, but his lack of aggression leaves the deputy free to take in the full horror of the scene around him.
It's okay, boy.
The sink.
That animal. Severely starved. Skinny. No water. That's okay.
It's insane.
It's like a bedroom. She does have dog food in one bag, 2 bags of dog food.
The food in the pantry hasn't prevented the dogs from reaching a malnourished state. The deputy's partner is next to take a good look at the living room. As he comes to terms with what he's seeing, his partner dismantles a fortress of wire and cardboard blocking access to the hallway.
All over the floor. Hey, Sam! If you can find a window, let's start opening windows.
I'm not sure that's going to have much of an effect.
Meanwhile, the other deputy searches what appeared to be an abandoned wing of the house.
More dogs.
More dogs.
Oh no.
3 dogs. All malnourished.
The deputies return to the living room to verify just how many dogs live in this house of filth.
We need a dog count. What? A dog count. So I've got. There's at least 8 in cages. So we got the 3-letter count, right? I got 3 in those cages. So that's 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One under here.
The home
said
must be
19.
seen to be believed, which is exactly what the sergeant has in mind.
Take some cell phone video.
Are you willing to sacrifice your cell phone?
Yeah, it's fine, but have
Okay.
you touched anything?
Yeah. The air. Hey, this is bad. I'll go get mine.
This one right here was a
We
dead
have
dog. There's
19.
one dying there. I'm pretty sure that was a dog in there.
It's a dog. It's alive.
Well, there's
19
There's
dogs.
a live
That's
dog in
what she
here.
said.
There's 19 dogs in here, Taylor. They're all malnourished.
A local animal sanctuary called Best Friends will help relocate most of the dogs. But that's not the end of police involvement. They talked to Sarah that afternoon in the hospital and tried to determine how exactly things at her house deteriorated to this.
She's fed herself though, hasn't she?
Yeah, but she
Poor
Coke,
bloody dogs.
you know, bloody like Coca-Cola bottles.
Yeah.
But it's something that's just, I mean, obviously she's mentally not right. And whether she's tried breeding or it said training, didn't it?
Yeah.
Just not, it's just got way out of control. And then now she wants to end her life. You know, that's it's not good neither. You know, she obviously needs help, but
She's obviously a hoarder.
I'm not sure she's a hoarder. I think she's just, I don't know what it is.
Well, if it was just the dogs, then
She's
they
not
wouldn't
cleaner.
have all those
Yeah.
Coke bottles all
That's
over
just
the place.
that's not hoarding. No, hoarding's a little bit different to that, isn't it? But that's just incredible amounts of like shit that's in there.
Yeah.
Mad.
This extreme.
Okay, so, and this part might freak you out a little bit, but I'm gonna read you your rights. It's only because in order to ask you questions about what's going on, I have to read you these first. I've kind of got a little background of your training that you do with the animals, and
Not anymore, but yeah, I was doing it.
yeah, maybe not anymore.
This is a repetitive problem with me when things get really bad. And my parents and I don't talk that sort of thing, so I got really lonely, and I got that same dumb feeling that this would somehow fix it. And I can't, nobody could do that.
Sure.
Sarah may be puzzled by her own choices, but the fact is that many innocent animals suffered as a result. It soon becomes clear that this is not the first time this has happened.
Have you ever had a police case about this kind of thing before in Tennessee?
I have had, Gray County sheriffs. They didn't do anything because, once again, I was extremely mentally ill. They said, would you please take them? I can't care for them anymore. So they did take them and things. So yes, there has been some police involvement.
As regrettable as it is that Sarah hasn't learned from her previous failures, there is an even more frightening truth about how she acquired some of the dogs.
Have you come across the 3 that you did have that belonged to someone else?
I saw he had a Great Dane puppy for sale, and he said, and I said, oh, she's cute, but I don't have, $800. So, and then he said, I told him I was a dog trainer. So 2 of them were theoretically mine, and the male was always his that I was going to train to pay for the 2 girls.
In an interview with the local news, Ryan, the owner of those Great Danes, said it had been months since he'd heard anything about the training progress of his puppies. Indeed, it was only when he told Sarah that morning that he was on his way to pick up the dogs that she turned herself in to the police.
Straight up with everybody, but everything, and stop hiding behind shame or whatever, and just say, sadly, this is who I am. I hope it's not all I am, but it's, yeah.
Ryan's imminent arrival may have inspired Sarah's honesty more than her own breakthrough, but it's worth noting that she didn't just tell him in passing that she was an animal trainer. She advertised her business, Pet Pros Behavior Services,
It's not got great reviews, has it?
No, I know.
on Facebook and elsewhere, offering in-home and remote training sessions for a premium price. The police report states that Sarah's house and even the inside of her car was covered in feces. Ironically, the only part of the property relatively free of feces was the yard. Sarah tells the deputies that she hasn't been able to properly feed and care for the dogs for at least 3 or 4 weeks, an admission that at least partially explains the condition of her animals and the disaster that is her home.
I can say that I have no idea how you lived, because when I opened the door to your house, I could not even go inside.
Every day.
Were you living in the house, or were you living in your car?
In the house.
Where did you sleep?
I slept on the couch. But yeah, no, it burns my eyes when I get home. I hate it, but I'm like, you know what? You freaking did it. You deserve it. Deal with it, you know? So I do.
If Sarah is saying she deserves the consequences of her actions, it's something that she and the deputy can agree on.
I'll be honest with you. I'm going to press criminal charges upon you. Okay? From what I can observe within dogs, no dog should have to go through what them dogs go through. Them dogs would probably be better off, and some of them might not make it. They're in such conditions as so. Okay.
In addition to the horrific injuries already mentioned, the police report goes into much more detail, noting that all 19 dogs appeared to be skinny with all skeletal bones showing under the skin. It goes on to say that most of the dogs could not stand or move properly because of...
You could tell the way they were whimpering.
That house isn't 3 to 4 weeks of misuse. That's months of abuse, that house.
Oh, I agree.
State of it. That's not just 3 or 4 weeks.
No, maybe she's not fed them for 3 or 4 weeks.
Caring for the dogs, but definitely the house. You could do something about it. You could just get a bin bag and start cleaning shit up.
Yeah, exactly.
Bit by bit, but
let the dogs go out in the garden. They're obviously not allowed out.
That's why there's no feces in the garden.
Yeah.
She's not let them out. She's got them in cages.
Yeah.
She's not training them.
No.
of the tight living conditions, which brought about body deformities. A few dogs, the report states, were close to death. Sarah Mills pled guilty to 9 counts of cruelty in October of 2023, roughly 4 months after her call to 911. She was ordered to pay a fine of $690, serve 60 days in jail, and spend 12 months on probation. Sarah was given the option to serve her jail sentence in increments of 5 days per month. In February 2024, however, Sarah's jail sentence was converted to 60 days of home confinement.
Not gonna lie, though, home confinement's probably worse than doing 60 days in jail.
Yeah, I know, with that smell.
It's, in that home, especially in that home, they should give it. The charge should be obviously the cruelty to the dogs, the cruelty to animals.
Yeah.
She should never be allowed to own animals again.
No,
I don't know what the law is in the USA and things like that. I know over here.
Well, it's obviously strict if you can only have 2 dogs.
Yeah.
Over here, we don't have any rules like that.
Oh, don't know.
No, we don't.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I know people who've got 3-4 dogs.
Yeah, I don't know what the rules are. I'm not animal keeping. I don't keep any animals. So
no, as long as they're safe and you know, if you live in like a huge house and you've got 4 dogs and you look after them, you're allowed to have 4 dogs.
Yeah, but it's just I don't know. There's no excuse for that, and I think, like I say, they should do. She needs mental help.
She needs the help.
What's it called? $680. Is she going to be able to pay that? She can afford $1,800 for the dog.
No.
So. Strange one, but
horrible.
Definitely needs help, that person.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff as well, always from EWU, great channel.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Cheers.